What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people when I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Bum, 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 bum. Mm, 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 mm. Ba, 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 ba. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's up to all of my friends and family? How are y'all feeling today? Yes. Yeah. What up, Trill? Tyrone, Snow Bunny Bag Chaser, Skull 65, Enos Luby, AD, hope you feel better. You didn't sound good last night. It's the weather, man. The weather is messing everything up. It's the weather. It's the it's the weather. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. Was thinking about taking a trip out for the next couple weeks and hitting the West Coast again. What y'all think about that? Oh man, oh man. It's cold outside. Your uncle said he -5 in Grand Rapids. Word? That's not good. That's not good. Do I mess with Texas? Yeah. I like Dallas the most between Houston and Dallas. Y'all warm? We're gonna have to check the weather across the United States of America because we might have to make a move. Make sure you get your multivitamin. You know the interesting thing though about changing the weather is that you just can't change the weather for yourself. You also got to change the weather for your people. You know, you got to think about how that affects everybody. So, anyways, it is Friday, January 23rd, 2026, year of our Lord. We in the building. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. We got a Patreon exclusive live stream tomorrow. You can see the new hats. Pre-orders is coming soon. Pre-orders is coming soon for the new hats. No fans, only family, baby. Pre-orders coming soon. It's the special AD edition. Special AD edition in the building. Oh, man. These niggas don't know how to dress. They don't know how to dress. They don't know nothing about colors, style. They out here looking like a bag of powdered donuts, dusty. These niggas don't know how to dress. These niggas be looking dumb as hell every single day. Every single day. Yes. Got the Yeezy slides on, feeling comfortable. I think it's going to be a great show today and tonight. Great show today and tonight. Yeah. I'm going to read the super chats and the cash apps shortly. Sorry, y'all. Weather was so cold, I waited to the last minute to come into the studio. But then people was asking me, Anton, you can stream from the crib. I say, yeah, I don't want to get too comfortable. The thing I don't want to get too comfortable is because I looked out my window and I seen trash people was working, city workers was working, putting on my joggers. City workers was working, the trash people was working, everybody was working. Everybody was working. And I said, well, if they could work, I could work. Ain't no excuses. You know what I'm saying? No excuses whatsoever. Let's get to the bag. There's no reason why I can't go 6 minutes up the street to the studio. You know what I'm saying? If they can get it, I can get it. Kimmy bought me my boxing gloves. Kim is crazy. Kim is crazy. The ladies in my life are crazy. You just got off, man? Let me see. What y'all talking about in the chat? Eric Harris, Jamie Green, Jesse Xavier, my girl Lex looking gorgeous as usual. Yakar, what up, Yakar? Trock, I see you. Otaku Vault. Yeah, man. Life is absolutely awesome. How are y'all feeling today? Courtney Egger, I see you. Will Nola, Brandon the Great, Fukari Ferry. Trees, Long Way ENT. My dog, Fi Brown in the building. One Duty. That went up too fast. One Duty, Shorty, what up, though? Boss Life Trucker. You know, Detroit is in the house, as they call me Mr. Bibbs. Listen. Hold on, let me do this. I know y'all ain't trying to see my imprint, so I gotta pull my joggers up. Some of y'all, some of the ladies, they may be interested. It's crazy. It's beautiful. So I gotta pull my joggers up. Gotta keep it PG-13. And we back. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Oh, man. Let me see what's happening in these streets. Let me read the super chats, cash apps, all of that. See how the people feel about things that's happening. Give me the news, y'all. Give me the news. Tell me what's happening in these streets. I was listening to A$AP Rocky this morning. Y'all told me to listen to the album. It don't sound bad. I just, you know how you got to like be in the mood to listen to certain music? I'm just not in the mood for the A$AP Rocky music right now. I don't know what it is. Brandon Nicholson says, Somebody, I've never heard this person before in my life, is talking shit on you right now on YouTube, bro. Okay. Who is this person? Let me see who they are. Let me see what their platform is. Let me see. I don't be knowing this stuff unless y'all like. I don't even know these people. Oh, it's a nobody. Why y'all sending me people that ain't even relevant? No, you can't send me people that got 18 people watching. You gotta at least get, bro. Listen. Y'all gotta come on, man. I'm not doing this. That's bullying. That's bullying. I'm not doing that. Shout out to you, Mike. That dude. What up to Mike? That dude. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sometimes I think people try to get me to react to them so that I can give them some visibility. Shout out to Mike, that dude. I appreciate you, Spencer Campbell. What up, though? I'm serious. I think that sometimes people be sending me, like, people will do a video or they'll do a live stream and then they'll send it to me so that I can try to react to it so that they can get some visibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, some random dude with a potato as a camera is reacting to you, and it's like, why would I care? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Let me see what y'all talking about in the super chats. It's them sending their content to you. They want me to give them the STEMI pack? God damn. I gave y'all content for the next month and y'all still desperate? Bad Habit says Back Chaser snowball fight coming soon. Facts. Daniels always learning says you have friends like Angry Man who defend your honor. Listen, nobody defends my honor. Some people are just subjective enough to call it down the middle. Shout out to Angry Man. He just one of the people that's never switched up. I remember when I first was introduced to Angry Man, people was in my chat trying to say that he was talking negatively about me. So I went over there and I seen for myself, and he wasn't talking negatively about me. He was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, me and Angry Man linked up. He wound up coming to Detroit. We went to the game. We hung out. We created content. Angry Man is my guy. So me and Angry Man has never had any kind of disposition about each other. He won it. That's because winners win. Caught in the blizzard 2017 trucking to Michigan. No mo. Courtney Egger Show says Courtney Egger Show hit 2,000 subscribers. Also hear you about that Trump oil coin. What's your thoughts on it? I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about a Trump oil coin. Congratulations, Courtney Egger, bro. I'm happy that you hit 2,000. B Hunter that spot says, I got you. Thank you for the super sticker, my friend. Rich Steve says, what's the weather in Detroit? It's minus 50. Minus 15 in Wisconsin. Let's see what the weather is. I ain't even check it. That's the weather in the D. Man, fuck this. Let me see what's happening everywhere else. Vegas is 46. It's going to be 63. Miami is going to be 75. This what y'all doing in Miami? This what y'all doing in Miami? Damn, Tampa got it popping. What y'all doing in Tampa? Tampa, y'all up? Biloxi is popping. They're gonna be 67. Biloxi gonna be 67 today. New York
New York is cold. Well, New York ain't that bad. New York ain't as bad as it is here. It's 34 in New York, 48 in Atlanta. You know, everywhere else they crash out when they get a little cold. LA gonna be 66. San Diego is gonna be 65. Damn, I might have to hit Florida, bro. Shit is disrespectful, bro. Y'all out there protesting in Minneapolis? I heard y'all was protesting in Minneapolis. It's disrespectful out here. Harry Thunder Taco. That's a heck of a name. Shout out to Harry Thunder Taco, says business owner Traverse City just showing some love. Man, it's bad out there. I heard it's bad. Let me see what's happening on my laptop. See what's happening in these streets, man. Yeah, I thought that climate was like the earth was too warm or some shit. What happened to that? What happened to the earth too warm? You said don't do it. Florida next week could a cold front is about to be diabolical. I ain't talking about next week. I'm talking about right now. You know what I'm saying? Fuck next week. Next week we can make it to a different location. All right, let's see what's happening out in these streets. We got a show to do. Almost pushed the show to former NFL player Kevin Johnson killed at an LA homeless encampment. Looks like we got a lot to talk about today. Winter storm. Give me a second. Share screen. It's so much news every day, bro.
Catastrophic, crippling winter storm about to hit multiple states across the south, the east, and right up into the northeast. The massive system expected to stretch 2,000 miles, tens of millions of Americans already under alert for heavy snow, ice, freezing rain, and brutal cold. This will move through Oklahoma, Texas, across the south, right into the Carolinas before reaching right up into the northeast. There are watches already up tonight. They are talking of more than a foot of snow and ice in some places that rarely see this. It comes amid heavy snow already. Drivers near Buffalo, New York, wind chills in the teens and 20s from Minneapolis to New York to Maine. And tonight, with this new and massive storm set to hit, major airlines already, including Delta and United, issuing travel waivers for passengers ahead of the storm. There's real concern that
I already canceled some stuff.
With this ice, there could be significant power outages with these brutal temperatures moving in. Lee Goldberg has the forecast. He'll take us through this day by day. And ABC's Stephanie Ramos leading us off with the warnings from authorities already tonight.
Tonight, the National Weather Service warning millions to prepare for what could be the most crippling storm in years. The system, fueled by Gulf moisture from the south and supercharged by some of the coldest air of the season, will stretch some 2,000 miles. It will bring feet of snow.
So the snow and the ice is mainly in the south, but it's not southern enough for it to actually tap into Miami. So if you look, Michigan is just cold. The snow is hitting Indiana, Tennessee. It looked like Ohio, obviously. Then you start going down to Georgia with the ice, Kentucky, all of that around there. You see Dallas. Looks like Houston, New Orleans, and all of that cold front is going over there. And so then you look at what's happening down in Miami, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of older people back in the day, they used to move down to Florida for the wintertime, and then they would go back up north or to the east or wherever it is that they was from in the summertime. But the difference is that we used to it here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we used to the salt trucks and all of that stuff, whereas in those other places like the Georgia and stuff, it get cool. See, this is the thing. A lot of people like to move to places based off of the weather, but they're not moving far enough. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're going to move based off of the weather, then that means that you got to move all the way. So if you're going to move purely based off of the weather, you got to move all the way to Tampa, all the way to Florida. But the other flip side of that is that during hurricane season, you can lose your house. And the real estate is messed up. It's bigger disasters, more than cold. But then you got roaches and water bugs, right? Because they don't ever get cold enough to kill all of that shit off. We kill all of that off here in the north, so we don't have to worry about it as much. Or you can move over to the West Coast where it's not as humid, but then you got, fires and earthquakes and mudslides and all of that shit, right? But a lot of times when people move, they move, oh man, it's too cold up in the north. But they don't move far enough to not be impacted when you got a winter storm like this. So now you got people saying, oh my God, we worried about power outages. We worried about the infrastructure. We worried about stuff being too cold. We don't worry about that up north because we used to it. The way that we built our cities is to sustain through this type of thing to where we don't have to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with snow after all of the snows. They don't know nothing about salt trucks. They don't know nothing about sand. They don't know nothing about none of that. So now they out there using brine and you know what I'm saying, and just trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure it out. For me, it's Michigan, Florida, Los Angeles. I would never move to Atlanta. I would never move to the Carolinas. I would never move to New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I would never move to any of those places because they just not. New Orleans is underwater, 20,000 feet below sea level. They only got a small little levee that's preventing them from completely being wiped out as a city altogether. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pick your poison, bro. You really got to pick your poison. So I think that even if you move out west, it's too expensive for you to live the quality of life that you can get in the Midwest. The East Coast is just dirty and it's too expensive. So it's weird. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. I remember when I went to during the pandemic when everything was shut down, but Florida was still open. I said, you know what? I'm about to go and live in Miami for like 4 months. So I moved down to Miami, but it was COVID. So everything was shut down. The moving trucks, as far as like being able to ship your car down there and stuff like that, was messed up. But I still had a whole bunch of stuff that I needed to computers, all kind of stuff. So I decided to take a car down there. So I drove. Let me look at this. Let me see something. See if I can find it. I drove from Michigan to Miami, and I took my car with me because I needed a car. And I'll tell you, when I went through Georgia, and I had went through Atlanta and stuff like that, it was cold as hell. It was cold as hell. It was super cold down in Miami. And I was like, where they do this at? It just didn't make no sense. I couldn't understand it. And I'm like, why are people moving here like the weather? Because the weather just wasn't as bad as it was, you know what I'm saying, in Michigan. But it wasn't good enough for y'all to actually say, hey, I got great weather. It wasn't good enough for me to say, oh, man, I got great weather down here. I never understood it. Yep, I remember got the hell up out of here. Got the hell up out of here. I wasn't trying to hear it at all. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
And ice to millions. Airlines already waiving rebooking fees, anticipating chaos at the airports. Dallas bracing for days of bitter cold.
We're talking freezing temperatures for at least 60 to 65 hours consecutively. That means the weekend will be freezing.
This massive system coming on the heels of a fast-moving clipper that brought snow squalls to western Pennsylvania. Travel treacherous, vehicles flipping on their sides.
The one thing that people that's not used to snow don't understand, that's not used to snow and ice, don't understand is that just because you got four-wheel drive or just because you got all-wheel drive don't mean that you can drive at the same speeds that you was driving when it wasn't any ice or snow on the roads. So if you have to travel, if you got to go somewhere, if you got to do stuff, I see people that underestimate how you supposed to drive in the snow and all of that stuff. Bro, if you have to drive, if you have to do it, just because you have all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, don't mean that you can drive like a maniac. Most of those same people, I see trucks in ditches, I see SUVs in ditches, I see all of those places in ditches on a regular basis, and they don't know what they're doing. And they drive like they out of control. So stay home if you have to, and if you do have to go out, then just go, then leave early enough so that you can get there on time, but not so that you have to speed through and stop going on the side of everybody else. Go through the same tracks that's already been created. Most people don't really need four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. In most instances, you'll probably use it less than 0.5% of the time that you have the car. You probably won't even use it that much, even if you're in the Midwest, because unless you're in some rural town or something like that, most of these places get plowed. So by the time you wake up and you hit the streets is salted, the roads is clear, and it ain't even that big of a deal. So very rarely, I've had them all. I've had Jeeps, trucks, all of that crap all my life. Very rarely do you ever actually need any of that stuff. But I get it just because it's the wintertime. And so even the cars like the Mercedes, all-wheel drive all the time, you know, all of that type of stuff. Now I'm driving the Navigator, so the new Navigator, so I just like that truck. I love that truck. That's my favorite truck, bro.
West of Boston, a 4-alarm house fire in Oakham claiming one man's life. Firefighters battling single-digit temperatures, freezing hoses, and icy conditions. Overnight, major lake-effect snow south of Buffalo. Some 60 vehicles involved in a series of crashes on Interstate 90, the scene stretching 6 miles. And new dash camera video from that 100-plus vehicle pileup in Zeeland, Michigan, showing there was no escape. The driver moving toward the median, trying to get out of the way. But the chain reaction crashes were all around him.
Bro, you better off just driving off into a ditch or something, bro, rather than staying on the road. Man, people don't know how to drive, man. Some stuff you can't avoid, but in other instances, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll give you an example. Some of us in Michigan understand that because we've been doing this for so long. Those that are smart, that in a lot of instances, if you got to go somewhere, then you stay off the freeway. Whenever you have a major storm, whenever you have a major snowfall, get the hell off the freeway. Take regular streets. It may take you an extra 30, 40 minutes to get where you got to go, but you're never going to get into a place where you got to get stuck in water, stuck in snow, all of that stuff. Like, you don't have to do any of that type of stuff. Like, people don't understand how to get around and how to drive, man. It's so stupid.
To get out of the way, but the chain reaction crashes were all around him.
David, the storm is headed all the way here to the northeast. And tonight, the National Weather Service is warning everyone, especially all across the South, to prepare for power outages and to take this very seriously. David.
Yeah, they're about to see conditions they are not used to. Stephanie Ramos leading us off. Thank you. Let's get right to WABC Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg, who's going to carefully take us through this tonight. This is massively.
It is a far-reaching storm, David, and can bring a large part of our country to a halt over the weekend. Now, we're already seeing those winter storm watches from New Mexico all the way to North Carolina, and that's from a window from later Friday into the day on Saturday when the brunt is going to be felt. We're going to start to see the big snows and ices start to develop Friday afternoon, Amarillo and the snow, and you can see
somebody said they hate the snow. I don't hate the snow. I hate the cold. I hate when it be cold for too long.
Over to Shreveport in the ice. It goes from the mid-south into the mid-Atlantic as we go into
I'm about to start skiing, y'all.
Saturday. Now look at this area of icing. It's extensive. And you see this area of purple.
Yeah. I don't even make sense. Raleigh, Houston, Austin, Shreveport, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, Huntsville, Alabama, Nashville, Atlanta. Y'all not far enough south. I went to Jacksonville one time and I was like, it's kind of cold up here versus how it'd be down in Miami. What's the point of moving to, and I'm not saying the people that's already there. What's the point of moving to Florida if you're going to move to Jacksonville? Moving to Jacksonville is like moving to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still not warm enough to actually experience the beautiful weather that Florida is in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make no sense. I don't know, bro.
The half-inch of ice secretion. You could talk about widespread power outages and major damage, and the problem is it's amplified by the deep freeze, so it'll be a very slow and difficult recovery. Then this storm moves to the East Coast and redevelops, and we're analyzing it on multiple computer models. Our American model has a big swath of snow, the heavy snow in the I-95 corridor, while the European model says, no, we're going to mix a little bit along the coast and maybe some lower totals. But either way, you're talking about significant totals, a high probability of 6 inches or more from the southern plains all the way into the I-95 corridor. We'll keep through it every step of the way. We'll tell you what the forecast is doing.
Shout out to Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh. So listen, if you guys can avoid the snow, avoid the cold, avoid the roads, take advantage of the opportunity to be at the crib to get some stuff done, work on your businesses, get that money, and run up a bag. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Let me read some of these super chats, and then we're going to get into the show. Shen C says, salute. What up, Shen C, bro? I love you, man. You always been holding us down. Danielis, always learning, says, is it true Trump got Greenland? No, not as the recording of this video. It's not. Flyware says, I'm going to go ahead and drop my little change in the pot for putting me back on Selly Cell. It's going down tonight. Tonight is going down. It's going down. Man, I love Selly Cell. Shout out to Fly Wells, bro. The Change M says, great. This is so dumb. Great chess move, Anton. TMZ got that man in 4K. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have zero idea what you're talking. What are you referring to, bro? Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. Sega did it, says, keep me in y'all prayers. I drive from Illinois to Arizona. You guys are you got it, man. That's a hell of a drive. How long of a drive is that? Illinois to Arizona. Mr. Lot says in Michigan, we have 3 to 4 streets that will take you anywhere you got to go. But people want to be ignorant. All right, so let me guess what they are. Woodward, Telegraph, Woodward, Telegraph, Haggerty, maybe Haggerty, throw that in there. M59, which is Highland, changes into Highland Road. All of that, right? 8 Mile. 8 Mile will take you anywhere you want to go. Let me see. Those are the main streets. Those are the main streets. Grand River, Grand River. But Grand River kind of turned into like a little freeway-ish. You know what I'm saying? Gratiot, all of that. Yep. So you don't even have to I rebuke. Lord Hakai says Detroit ladies are to be avoided at all costs. Let me tell you something, bro. Detroit women are the best women. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Detroit women are the dopest women that you will ever meet in your entire life. Ain't nothing like a Detroit woman. Detroit women hold you down. Loyal as fuck. Good energy. They know how to dress. They got a little bit of hood in them, a little bit of street in them, but they still pretty as fuck. Bro, I done been all over this country. All over this country. I ain't never met a woman like a Detroit woman. I love Detroit women. I love them. Detroit women, they are the best women ever. I love it. You can always tell a Detroit chick no matter where you go, bro. You can always tell a Detroit chick no matter where you go. Detroit women are the most loyal. All of that. I love Detroit women. Gorgeous, beautiful. Man, listen. I done been all over this country. Over this country, and I'd take a Detroit woman over any of these chicks. Y'all said they crazy. They could get a little emotional, but that's because they passionate about you. They passionate about you. That's why they get emotional, is because they passionate about you. I'm telling you, bro, Detroit women is all of that. I love Detroit women. Have always held us down. Malachi says 24-hour drive. 24-hour drive. I'm driving back to Illinois from Phoenix. Stayed in Amarillo, Texas, and I'm staying in Kansas City tonight. Shit. Hopefully you're getting paid for it, man. Shout out to you, Malachi. Safe travels. Blessings. Can we talk about Barron Trump? What happened to Barron Trump? I'll look it up. I got you, Chris Cunningham. I'm going to save that. AR is back, says, come on, AD, out of drive. I used to, I had a crib on out of drive in Santa Barbara. Lex says, I want to go sing karaoke with you one day. Also, you brighten my Friday. I appreciate you behind comprehension. Me and Lex, we got this symbiotic relationship. I was talking to Lex the other day on the phone. Lex got some super great things that's happening in her life. And I'm so proud of her. I'm so happy for her. Lex know I love her. Lex is unquestionably will do anything that I tell her to do, but she understands that it works out in her benefit. I love you, Lex. I love my girl Lex all day long. Lex was supposed to be a Detroit girl. She was supposed to be a Detroit girl. How old is Barron Trump? Barron Trump age. Oh, he 19. Called the London police after witnessing a woman getting beat up. This seemed like a no story to me. KB, the hybrid, says, what up, AD? Today is my 30th birthday. Man, happy birthday, big dog. Happy birthday. Yeah. Appreciate the content and everything you do in the Patreon. I've set myself on a great path with my goals and achieved major milestones. When did you know it was time to retire from corporate America? I retired from corporate America the first time at 37 years old. In 2019, at the end of 2019, I retired from corporate America. And I retired from corporate America when I believed that I had enough assets to be able to sustain me and my family comfortably for the rest of my life. Then I got bored. Part of that boredom came from being in the pandemic, but I also realized that I want to work. I want to hustle. I want to go get some money. I want to go do whatever it is that I want to do for the rest of my life. And I also realized that I didn't have as much money as I wanted. I had enough money to be comfortable. I didn't have enough money to sustain a lifestyle that I wanted. You see what I'm saying? So I realized that there is no number. It's only purpose. And then you just continue to get the money on top of it. So I don't think I'll ever retire again in my life. I don't think I'll ever retire again. Happy birthday, big dog. Happy birthday. Eric Williams says, what's good, Anton? He's not lying. I'm from Grand Rapids. We used to drive over to Detroit just to link up with the Detroit women. Detroit women is beautiful, bro. They awesome. Did you see the Cuomo rant? Classic Trump derangement syndrome. I could talk about it. I'll hold on to that. Brian the filmmaker says TMZ got a video of Corey punching a woman. Really? Why would he do that? I don't advocate violence against women. Never put your hand on a woman. Why would we do that? Eric Williams says, shout out to my family on the east side of Detroit, Harper Avenue and I-94. Yeah. Shout out to the people over there on the east side. East side. Y'all ready to continue on with the show? I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about it. I can't speak on it. It's not a thing for me. Who is this? I'm completely disconnected from what's happening. I don't know anything about that. We got bigger things to focus on. We got money to go get. You know what I'm saying? What else we talking about? What else we talking about? Why y'all? I don't know nothing about none of that shit. We gotta get to the show, y'all. Y'all keep on distracting me. All right, let's see what's on the docket. Don Lemon, he doubled down. Let me see what Don Lemon is talking about. I heard he doubled down and they arresting people from that church video. Let's see what he's talking about. Such a sassy intro.
Ideologically, if it doesn't play into how I believe, that does not matter. I'm there to report. The engagement into the show, because it talks, the more people who are broader implications than if you watch this show to reporter. I was not part of any protest group. I am not a protester. I said several times that I am not a protester. I am a journalist. And so some people don't understand what that means. Maybe you don't have enough. Well, I know the Trump administration doesn't have a healthy respect for journalism or journalists because they attack journalists at every measure. They have been attacking journalists since Donald Trump first came down the escalator and started calling the media the enemy of the people, or fake news, or the fake media. So, and they do that because they know the truth is not on their side. The Constitution is not on their side. Donald Trump lies more than he breathes.
What?
And members of the Trump administration have taken on that same mantle. They are the same thing. The fish rots from the head. And so that was my intent, was to go and tell you, Lemon Nation, what was happening on the.
Is that the name of his group? Is the name of the people that he follow? Is the y'all Lemon Nation? Y'all lemon heads? You got the lemon sign in the background.
Ground. And that's what I said in all of my videos. I'm going because I want to know. It's the same reason I went to Chicago. It's the same reason I went to Ukraine. It's the same reason I reported from India, that I reported from all places, all over the United States, all over the world, presidential elections, from presidents to janitors to secretaries to cleaning ladies to lawyers, whoever. I've interviewed everybody. And that is what journalism is supposed to be about. I believe wholeheartedly, 100% in the First Amendment. And I believe that journalists take an oath, much as doctors and lawyers do, to do no harm. And by doing no harm, that means transparency and exposing.
Is that a poodle in the background? What is that rodent?
People and situations that need to be exposed, and bringing light to a situation. And also,
who's that man in the background?
And situations that need to be exposed, and bringing light to a situation. And also just plain old chronicling.
Who's that sassy man in the background? Wait a minute.
And bringing light to a situation. And also
I'm trying to see what he's saying about I'm trying to see what he's saying about how they're coming at him, and we see all of this shit in the background. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Oh, you ain't never seen a man in my background, not one time, not ever. You ain't never seen a man in my background late night, not one time, not ever. Ever. Not a day in my 12, 13, 14 years on YouTube. You ain't never, ever seen a man sass his way in my background. That it just don't happen. I don't know what that is. Nigga just sass his way with a poodle or whatever that is, a Yorkie in the background? Nah, dog.
And situations that need to be exposed, and bringing light to a situation. And also just
hell no. Come on, y'all. Let's not get distracted. Let's stay focused, my brothers. Let's stay focused.
Just plain,
like Umar said, let's stay focused, my brothers.
Old chronicling. Chronicling
yes,
and recording what is happening in the world.
I hate y'all so much.
So that is what journalists are supposed to do. And look, and I've got a couple of words for journalists, because more than anything, journalists, I want you to understand this. I know that it is the corporation. It's the.
You know what's so funny though? You know what's so interesting about this is that I do think that journalism is needed. At the same time, it's funny because these same organizations, these same people tried to say that Nick Shirley isn't a journalist when he was documenting and chronicling what was happening over in Minneapolis. And that's where the hypocrisy comes in. You know what I'm saying? So how is it that you are a journalist and he, along with other people, criticized Nick Shirley when he did real journalism and did it before it was popular? See, that's what makes journalists awesome, is that Nick Shirley did it when it wasn't popular. He went there and said, "What up, though?" He said, Anton called a ceasefire. Oh, no, the flames is just now getting started. Listen. I don't play by the same rules as the streets. I don't know where you said that, where you got that from, but I'll just tell y'all this. When I don't like a person, I stop talking about it. When I don't like a person, see, we'll get there. We'll talk about it after this.
Corporation that is, or the corporations that have really, really, really done you guys dirty, has done a terrible deed. And I'm going to say something that I haven't said before, okay? Because I usually don't like to talk about in my time at CNN and my departure. I don't even really think about it that much, honestly, because I've moved on and we have built a fantastic community here. And thank you so much. Again, make sure you hit the thumbs up and hit the like and subscribe, okay? So I don't usually like to talk about that, but I was a canary in the coal mine. I saw this coming along. Now, all of the complete honesty, right?
I need a canary in a coal mine.
I don't know if it gets me in trouble or whatever. You may have heard a whole lot of shit and read a whole lot of shit that was written about me when I left CNN, or just during the last months that I was at CNN. And then all of a sudden we get new management that comes in, and then this new narrative about me comes in that I'm this bad person when I'd worked there for 16 years and everybody loved me. I gave everybody an opportunity. Women, it didn't matter. If you were new, come on the show. So all of that shit that you heard and wrote about me, that wasn't true. Most of it, if not all of it, was not true. But it was coming from inside of the house, meaning CNN and CNN's PR people, because the parent company did not want me there, because my ideology and the way that I questioned conservatives and the Trump people did not line up with what they wanted.
It's so funny, though. I'm not saying, because nobody really knows why he got fired. So it's only his story to tell. But I remember when he tried to play I don't know if y'all remember, but Don Lemon, right before he was fired, he started getting too sassy on the network. He was probably difficult to work with. He was starting to get a little too sassy. And I remember it was one show where he tried to talk to a woman like he was Kevin Samuels. I remember it was one show, when it seemed like the flames started to get fiery, and he came back and he tried to apologize and tried to say, "Oh, I didn't mean it that way." He got sassy with a black woman or somebody on there, and they was like, "What'd you say? What'd you say?" And that's when it really started crashing down. Lemon. It was 2 years ago. Yep. I did a whole video on it. Look at the name of the video. The exact moment we knew CNN was going to fire Don Lemon, he said this to a white woman like he was Kevin Samuels. 2 years ago. Yep. And he started apologizing and he started saying it. I do not believe in this. Let me see. This is our women audience.
But say what you said again.
Black people secured their freedoms after the Civil War. It is a historical fact, Don. Just study it. Only after their Second Amendment rights were secured.
Probably the most notable scandal surrounding Don Lemon was in February, when on air he said Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley was not in her prime. This comment about a woman.
I covered that.
and actually insulting, including to black Americans, to say that black people today, compared to 1964, 18...
Woman in her prime, it'll say 20s to 40s.
What are you
That's not
talking? Wait.
When a woman
And misogynistic.
and Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you
That's not
talking? Wait.
That's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, it'll say, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s.
Now, to Don's credit, Ray, that's when we knew he was going to get fired. That's when we knew that it was up for Don. All right. So that's what I believe. But let's go into what he was saying.
That is the God's honest truth on my mother's life. So all that stuff about, he said this about Nikki Haley, that was not a big deal. What I was saying about Nikki Haley is that that's how society treats women. And I didn't believe in it, but they used that as a predicate to get rid of me because my ideology and what I believe journalists should do did not line up with what they thought or what they wanted or what they were capitulating to. I kept asking, why are we putting these people on the air who lie all the time? What is what's our rule, our protocol for election denial?
And
what's our protocol
speaking,
for?
He wasn't even wrong. He wasn't even wrong about what he said. He actually was right on that point. But again, that was the point. That's the time when we knew what was going on.
Or for insurrection deniers or liars, like what's our policy on that? They never had an answer. We need to make it on my mom because that's wrong with it. I let me gone, and I moved the network to the right. Lost almost a quarter of its audience because not because of journalism. Well, it's because of the lack of journalism. It's because they're not putting the emphasis on journalism. They're putting the emphasis on what? On ideology and trying to take networks into certain directions because they think it's going to get them more viewers. But really what it is because the ideologies of the people that they believe are sitting in those seats are standing out there reporting and anchoring. It doesn't line up with the ideology of the people who are sitting in the boardrooms or the owners. Those rich people, mostly those rich white men, they want to turn on television and see what they think and feel and how they think politically. They want to see that what? Mirrored right back to them. They want to have their beliefs and ideology reinforced and reconfirmed. And they don't want someone like me giving them that news.
I disagree with that. I think that the purpose of a lot of these companies nowadays is to drive profits. And I don't really think that they give a fuck about what their ideologies are. I think that they, just like large corporations like CNN and MS Now and Fox News and all of them, regardless of whether you're looking at it from the right or the left, they care about the ability to sell ads and run up a bag. That's what it is. A lot of times we as content creators, well, take myself out of it because I've never worked for a major network. But when you start seeing people say they don't want me to do this in this network after they done got fired and stuff like that, what they're really telling you is that they want you to believe that they don't want real journalism, but it was all cool just a week ago when you was working for them, though, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't switch up and try to make it seem like, oh man, it's because of these rich white folks in these boardrooms and the CEO of these companies and stuff like that. No, because if they had never fired you, you would still be there doing their bidding, and you wouldn't have this whole same rhetoric and this narrative about how the company was against you. You was cool as long as you was getting a paycheck. You were okay with whatever these proposed ideologies of these rich white men that were sitting in these boardrooms. You were cool with it as long as you was working for them and you was making all of the money that you was making. But now all of a sudden, you know what? I never agreed with their ideologies and they don't want real journalism. So what the fuck was you doing there the whole time when you was getting a paycheck? So that's why I'm saying, like, you got to take it with a grain of salt. This is just all, I like to call this peacocking, right? I call it peacocking. But to his credit, I will say this. It works as a content creator. He's wrong but he's right at the same time. He's wrong about his view because it's hypocritical, but he's right because his audience wants to hear it, and that is what translates into more viewership. This is the difference between Don Lemon and Joy Reid. This is the difference between, because I'm able to remove my bias or how I feel about him as a person to also look at the success that he's had as a content creator, right? This is the difference. He knows what his audience wants to hear. This is the difference between Don Lemon and Tiffany Cross. This is the difference between Don Lemon and whatever. Name all of the rest of the people that got fired from these networks, right? He understands what his audience wants to hear. And believe it or not, and let me say something else. I want to be very clear as a creator, all right? As a creator. This is the difference between people that are successful and people that aren't successful. Don Lemon, and again, I'm going to be as objective as I possibly can, works his ass off. He's out there in the field. He seen what worked with Nick Shirley and the different people, and so he caught a fucking flight. He bought the equipment, caught a flight, mastered how it was that he was able to live stream in real time, and he went out there and got in the streets. That's how he's building up his audience. He gave his people a name. Oh, these are the Lemon Drops or the Lemon Heads or the Lemon Nation or whatever the fuck he's saying, right? Objectively speaking, he's a better content creator than other people because regardless of how wrong you are, the only thing that matters is what your audience believes. Have we not seen this over the last week, 2 weeks? Have we not seen this over the last week, 2 weeks? It doesn't matter how low somebody goes. The only thing that matters is whether or not their audience supports it. Now, we can have a conversation about morality. We can have a conversation about truth. We can have a conversation about whether or not it's right or it's wrong, but that has nothing to do with success. Success is what people will make to be right because they believe in you. And Don Lemon understands his audience. People in America are split. People in America are split. The election shows you the numbers every single year. It's half of the fucking country that actually like liberals. It's half of the country that like Republicans. The problem with a lot of creators is that they're trying to please everybody so they don't pick a side, right? So, for example, I understand that there's some things that I'm going to say that I believe in that a lot of people are going to say, fuck this dude. I don't like him because he said he don't necessarily want us to run in the Victim Olympics, right? But if there's 350 million people in the United States of America, that means 175 million of them actually agree with me. So I'm not interested in trying to figure out how it is that I can play the middle role. I'm going to pick a side and I'm going to stay there. And this is the problem why everybody is going at Stephen A. Smith right now, right? Don Lemon understands that he don't have to appeal to the right. He only have to grab a huge audience from the left. So it doesn't matter if he's right or wrong. The only thing that matters is whether they believe in him or not. And he knows how to play to his audience. If you thought that Don Lemon going into that church, regardless of whether if we thought it was wrong or not, we could say, man, that shit is wrong. Churches are supposed to be sacred, whatever, so on and so forth. Guess what Don Lemon is saying? I'm a journalist. I'm supposed to. I'm protected by the First Amendment. Don Lemon know that shit ain't right. Don Lemon been a journalist and or in the news media working for one of the biggest corporations for a long time. You think that he don't know that churches, you and I are supposed to go into churches and record on private property and do all of that stuff? But Don Lemon is smart enough to know that that's where the bag is for him. So he's going to make the sacrifice. And the more that these conservatives say, Don Lemon should be arrested, Don Lemon should be fired. You know what we know what that does? It actually helps Don Lemon's platform because it gives him his viral moment and it places him squarely in the media and the news. Don knows, for example, him responding to Nicki Minaj is going to rile up his base and rile up a group of people. And so from a business perspective, he understands the game. I was having a conversation with somebody on a coaching call 2 days ago. No, yesterday. It was yesterday. I was having a conversation with somebody on a coaching call yesterday, and it was a business call. And so they were like, no, they were content creators, and they said, oh my God, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could do that or whatever. And I said, well, you're just not built for social media. I said, because if you don't understand that people are going to not like you, that they are going to disrespect you, you know what I'm saying? If you don't understand that people are going to come after you or all of this other stuff, if you are concerned about how people feel about you in the comments, then this is not the game for you. You see what I'm saying? Like I told him, I said, bro, you are trying to build your platform from 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 3,000, but you're so afraid of what people are going to think about you. You shouldn't be in this game. You need to go into corporate America where you can do, go with the go along, get along game. I can't even be mad at some of these content creators that switched up. I can't be mad at some of these content creators that said, you know what, I don't fuck with Anton anymore after they used to be all on my nuts and all on my dick. I can't even be mad at niggas that's trying to seize the moment because they had no motion, they had no visibility until. So even if they know that they wrong, even if they know that they treasonous, even if they know that they some suckers, they're leveraging the moment in order to try to get more visibility because otherwise nobody is checking for them. It's a play. From a business perspective, I can't even be mad at them. From a business perspective, I can't even be mad at them. Because that's what it's content. I don't even take it personal. I genuinely don't even take it personal. After the month is over, they actually got to still sustain themselves. So that's the part that they got to figure out. But the stimmy pack goes to everybody, regardless of whether I like them or not. Dead in the mud, dead in the water, trying to figure out their next play. All of that. All of that. I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. Kwame Brown used to be on my nuts. It's the honest to God truth. Hey, man, I like what you're talking about, bro. I like it. Used to be all on my nuts. All the time. All the time. Used to be on my nuts. All on my nuts. I'm keeping it 100. But I understand that Kwame Brown, after his whole thing with Gilbert Arenas, and from a business perspective, his whole thing with Gilbert Arenas, his whole thing with Stephen A. Smith, Kwame Brown caught a wave. He caught a wave, and that's how he was able to build up his platform to get to whatever his subscribers is. But Kwame Brown hit a ceiling. Because what we all realized was that Kwame Brown wasn't as good as the wave that he was riding. So now, what is he doing? He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to figure out the content side. He's trying to do all of this. He's trying to do all of that. And I respect it. I respect the game. That's the name of the game. He's not able to grow his platform based off of his own analysis, based off of his own content. And so, he do these dusty ass live streams where it's just him off camera. Yeah, because you know me. And it's cool. You know what I'm saying? So Kwame get the stimmy pack like everybody else. But you know what's embarrassing is because Kwame is supposed to be better than the dusty niggas that he's spending all of his time hanging around. Kwame Brown is a fucking former #1 pick in the NBA. What are you doing panels with randoms that you don't even know? That's for regular, everyday people like me that didn't have the back. I see why Jordan was like, man, this nigga soft. Listen. You can't tell me how to analyze and respond to what I am observing. I'm keeping it 100. I don't think that he's a bad person. I just think that he's lost in the weeds because, and of course he's gonna say, I don't need this shit. You know, he's gonna do all of that shit or whatever, so on and so forth. And you know, I stand on truth and I stand on this and I stand on that. Yes, he does. He wants to be successful in this shit just like everybody else. That's why he live stream every day. We all want to be successful. We all want to be great. We all want to grow our platform. We all want to be great. But Kwame Brown, he should have got a coaching call, and I would have helped him build his platform more effectively by giving him the game on how he needs to get his platform together. But he keep trying to do what everybody else is doing instead of understanding that he's supposed to be much greater than that. It's the truth. There's no reason why I should have a bigger platform than Kwame Brown. There's no reason for that. Now he really in the dustbin. This nigga he's scraping for the lowest of the low. This nigga getting the worst content creators, all of the ex Fight Club Fallout members, all of the bitter baby daddies, all of the bitter baby mamas, and that's what he's doing now. That's what he's on. I was talking, bro, seriously. I was talking, this is the honest to God truth. I kid you not. I'm not mad at Kwame. Get your money, King. Get your money, King. I was talking, bro, I'm getting text messages from former NBA players and current NBA players right now. Honest to God, on my father's grave. I'm getting text messages right now. They said, what, man, I don't know what happened to him. I was at the game the other day and I'm kicking it with, I'm sitting courtside and I'm kicking it. And they said, man, what the fuck is going on with Kwame? That's what they said to me. I said, man, I don't know. And I've been chilling. I ain't been saying nothing. I've been slow motion. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just observing. I'm just watching. People send stuff to me. I said, I'll check it out for 5 minutes. I said, oh, this is the type of time we on. Okay, cool. It's cool. But that's the age that we live in. We live in an age where former number one picks are literally scraping the bottom of the barrel in order to try to get their numbers back up. That's unfortunate. It genuinely is unfortunate. You said Kwame don't give a fuck what y'all think. Yes, he do. Yes, he do. Bro. I'm not going to let you get away with that. I'm not going to let you get away with that. I'm not going to let you get away with that. Listen. Listen, bro. Listen. All of these niggas are super sensitive. Me, I don't give a fuck. So I'm going to, there's no point in saying what it is that my plans are. I truly don't give a fuck. I genuinely don't care. These niggas are super sensitive. Fluff Bunny says you started all of this and I'm going to finish it too. I'm going to see it through. I'm going to see it all the way through. I'm going to finish it. I am going to finish it. I got chess moves and I'm playing, I'm doing multis right now. I don't know if y'all know what a multi is. A multi is when a chess player goes through and he's playing multiple different boards at the same time. So it could be 10 different people that he's playing. And he goes and he moves and he goes to the next board and he goes to the next board. He goes to the next board. We're doing multis right now. I'm going to see it through. I'm going to see it through. I don't have nothing to lose. I'm the underdog in everything. I don't have nothing to lose. I came from absolute nothing. I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm not even supposed to be here. Oh, this is going to, listen, 2026 is going to be a fucking year. It's going to be one of the best years ever. Best years ever. All right. Well, this is the game that you wanted to play. All right. We'll get there. We'll get there. Make sure y'all hit the like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Listen, bro. Listen. I'm going to be very, very clear. Fuck all these niggas. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. All of them. Every last one of them. Bro, I don't give a fuck about none of these dudes, man. None of these dudes. And this is my game now. This is my game that they playing. If we was on the basketball court, cool, you win. But this is my arena now. This is my league. So let's get there. Let's get there. Let's get to it. Just because I don't say something sometimes don't mean I'm not aware. Let me make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that one soon. Barron Trump. Barron Trump is a young man building his own bag. I like Barron Trump. I didn't know he was 19 years old. I didn't know he was that old now. Chris Cunningham says Barron Trump saved a girl from getting raped. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Adonis says Don Lyerman is a hypocrite with his white husband. The true Andrew King says, of course Don Lemon would have a poodle. T.S. Car Wash. Slimmy is hilarious, bro. Slimmy, y'all underestimate Slimmy. Y'all underestimate Slimmy. Slimmy is hilarious, bro, in real life. Spider-Man Slim was hilarious last night. Slimmy is hilarious, bro. V-neck AD was nasty work. I like my V-necks, but we all have to grow and we have to evolve. You know what I'm saying? Era's back. Daniela says, don't is one of the rich white folk. I don't know what that means. TS Car Washing Detail Services. 80, how you feel about the concept of work husbands and wives? Center got a record 16 Oscar nominations. Congratulations to Centers. I thought it was a great movie. It's not one of my personal favorites, but I think that it's cool. How do I feel about the concept of work husbands and wives? I think it's stupid. I think it's funny when you play into it as a creator on some like, oh, that's my work wife or whatever. But in real life, with y'all inside of these warehouses, man, y'all better leave them hoes alone. Y'all better leave them women alone. Listen, I think that you're going to get yourself in some trouble. You keep fucking around, you're going to find out. You don't know them people. You don't know what they really got going on in their real life. You don't know how fucked up they are. You're going to cross a line and it's going to go too far and you're not going to be able to get yourself out of it. In real life, y'all at these jobs and y'all fucking around with these girls, never, listen, I said this and I'm going to say it again for everybody that's sitting in the front and the back. Never fuck with somebody that you're working with. Never mess with somebody that you're getting money with. Never mess with anybody on the job, especially if you are in a position of power. If you are a supervisor, a manager, never fuck up the bag. It's never worth it. Never mess with a chick on the job under no circumstances. Co-worker, none of that. If you getting a paycheck from somewhere, the fastest way to get fired is a chick feeling some type of way and saying something to the wrong people and your reputation. And the next thing you know, that shit travel up to management and you're going to get fired. Leave them hoes alone that you work with, bro. In real life, like all jokes aside, leave it alone. I sent you an email for that coaching call, fam. Shout out to Courtney Egger Show. I appreciate you, big dog. King says, I've been thinking about getting on someone panel, AD. Do you think it will help me grow as a creator? Nope. The best way for you to grow as a creator is to create. That's my personal opinion. The best way for you to grow as a creator is to create. Work, 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 hustle, work, hustle, work. Kings, Damon Dennis says, AD, what's your take on Corey Holcomb getting arrested for punching that woman in the face, caught on camera, Corey crashing out? I haven't seen it. I have to see it. I don't have an opinion on it. I haven't seen it. Honest to God. I haven't watched it yet. I don't know anything about it. Everybody keeps sending it to me. Everybody keeps emailing me to me. I was on a platform yesterday when I first heard about it on Room 9. And people were sending it to me and they were texting it to me and emailing it to me. I was so tired because we streamed for like 5-6 hours last night. I just crashed out. As soon as I woke up, jumped in the shower, brushed my teeth, and came straight to the studio when we came to hustle. So I haven't seen it yet. Honest to God. I haven't seen it, so I don't know anything about it. No lawsuits, AD, says TS Car Wash and Detail Service. Who mentioned anything about did somebody mention something about a lawsuit? Who's getting sued? I don't know. Sterling says, morning, brother, rooting for you. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Quarter Boy says, never get your honey where you get your money. Facts. Facts. Janice Nicole says, I can see you buying Corey's studio and apartment building, then raising his rent or pulling a 50 and buying out the floor section at one of his shows so it could be empty. I love rich men's petty. Well, here's the thing about that. Somebody proposed that to me. I don't believe in giving somebody else money. Like, I'm not petty enough to give my money to somebody else in order to embarrass them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to ever try to stop nobody from feeding their family. I've been telling y'all that for the longest. 4 rules now, but 3 rules. I don't wish death on nobody. I don't wish jail on nobody. And I don't wish for anybody to not be able to feed their families. I'm not petty enough to spend my money to give it to them. I don't hate anybody enough to give my money to them in order to try to embarrass them. Because if you still getting paid from it, then that don't do nothing but hurt me. You know what I'm saying? So I never understood that move from 50, in my opinion, but that's just me. I'm not on that type of time. I like my own money in my pocket. I don't invest in something unless I believe it's a return on investment. 305 Trailblazer says, I have pure hatred for all Ninja Tree and Ninja Neanderthalic culture in general. Shout out to you. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Y'all seen it? What did y'all see? Was it bad? Was it good? What happened? I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about it yet. Man, it's crazy. What we got on the docket? Let's see. We got the storm. We got Don Lemon. Mamdani. Oh, Michelle Obama is on the docket for the day. Woman convicted of fraud, speaking out from the jail. Let me check that out first.
Now to a CBS News exclusive interview with the woman prosecutors say was the mastermind of Minnesota's biggest COVID-era fraud scheme. 44-year-old Amy Bach is not part of the Somali community. Last year, she was convicted of orchestrating a $250 million pot to defraud a government program to feed hungry children. CBS News Minnesota investigative reporter Jonah Kaplan spoke with that woman exclusively. He joins us this morning from Minneapolis. Jonah, really important interview. I mean, you spoke to her in the jail cell. Break down the story for us.
Yeah, Amy Bach is not part of the Somali community. Last year, she was convicted of orchestrating a $250 million pot to defraud a government program to feed hungry children. CBS News Minnesota investigative reporter Jonah Kaplan spoke with that woman exclusively. He joins us this morning from Minneapolis. Jonah, really important interview. I mean, you spoke to her in the jail cell. Break down the story for us. Well, look, Kelly, good morning. And when you think about all that's been going on here in Minneapolis with the surge of all these federal agents, it's all because, at least according to the administration, it's this fraud investigation. And the Somali community has been at the forefront of the investigation because most of those who have been either charged or convicted in the fraud schemes are Somali. But Amy Bach is not Somali. But
I wish we could have breakfast together. That's what I wish. I wish we could have breakfast together. We need to do like a lunch and learn, a breakfast or something like that. Breakfast with AD on Saturday on the Millionaire Morning Show or whatever like that. Like, that's what we need to do. We need to do a luncheon or something.
Prosecutors blaming her
in real life
for being the mastermind, at least of one of these schemes. It's rare to speak with someone in federal custody, but Amy Bach,
y'all with that?
She defended her actions.
Y'all want to do a breakfast, a lunch and learn? Get with each other, have breakfast or whatever? I think that would be dope. You having breakfast right now? I think that that's what we need to do.
But she has some regrets.
We were allowed 1 hour to speak with Amy Bach over a video call from her Minnesota jail cell.
Now I can hear you, yes.
Until she was arrested in 2022, Bach led Feeding Our Future. The now infamous nonprofit signed up restaurants and caterers, many from Minnesota's large Somali community, to receive taxpayer money for providing meals to children in need.
During COVID, for obvious reasons, parents were allowed to come and pick up meals. So we suddenly were able to reach more children.
But prosecutors said it turned into something else, the nation's largest COVID-era fraud, with Bach as its mastermind.
Are you the mastermind of this scheme?
Absolutely not. I believe in accountability. If I had done this, I would have pled guilty. I wouldn't have gone to trial. I wouldn't have put my children and my family through what we've been through. I've lost everything.
While Bach's attorney provided this video showing stacks of food, prosecutors say Bach and the businesses she recruited stole tens of millions of federal dollars, spending it on luxury cars, real estate ventures, and vacations.
I wish I could go back and
it was living the life. That's the Rolls Royce right there. It was living the life.
Luxury cars, real estate ventures, and vacations.
I believe that most people's success in this country came by way of fraud. I don't believe that most people actually got it out the mud and ran up a bag. I don't. I think that if you look at what's in DC, go to DC. Have y'all ever been to DC? For all of y'all that's never been to DC before, go to DC, bro. It's so much money in DC. It is so much money in DC. It is incredible. And you look around, and that's why I want y'all to start being more situationally aware of what's around you. Look around you. Go and ask what these people do for a living. Why is DC, which is primarily a political space, most people in DC in some way, shape, or form either work for the government, got government contracts, or are married to somebody that's in the government? Most people in DC are some way, somehow tied to the government. The biggest fraud in United States history is not government. I mean, it's not none of this other shit that y'all think. It's not the scammers. It's not the black people. Black people in general are low-level criminals. The reason why we are so stupid when it comes to how we moving is because we do the highest maximum penalty shit for the lowest return on investment. Black people in general in the United States of America are gamblers. We take the biggest risks and we catch the biggest L's. So for example, we will go and we will flood our community with drugs, guns, gangs, all of the dumb shit, right? And so we'll risk our entire life for pennies on the dollar. Listen to what I'm saying. Get out of your fucking emotions so that you can pay attention and learn something. We'll risk our entire life for pennies on the dollar, right? Gotta get that out. We're gonna have to fix that shit. Get some dye there. The biggest fraud in history are taxes. And it's not just because taxes are a scam in itself. It's because the reason why nobody wants to reduce taxes is because it actually would take away from feeding all of these motherfuckers that's been defrauding y'all. Listen, all of these government contracts, government contractors, military and defenses, feed the children, helping other countries, oil extraction, our tax dollars going into electric, wind energy and solar. Biden, for example, passed the infrastructure deal. Nobody's seeing no fucking electric chargers, but they funded it by billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. We'll go out there and fucking do a credit card scam and put your whole life on the line and do 20 fucking years. These niggas is out here in a whole nother country running up a bag. And then you ask yourself and you say, where's all of this money going? Climate change, climate protest, climate activism, home health care. All of this, the dumbest stuff that we've ever seen in our entire life. And it's right in front of our faces. It's right in front of your face. And so while you sitting here fighting each other, talking about this and that, bro, everything that is incentivized by the federal government is fraud. There is fraud in it. The key is, are you dumb enough to be the one to get caught? Because somebody got to be the fall guy. When this woman says, no, listen, this is not really me. I feel like I'm lost everything or whatever, so on and so forth. Is she not lying? She benefited, but she the fall person. Somebody got to take the L. And guess what? Better you than me. You will go down before everybody else. The real question is, how do we put somebody as the face of this shit so we can get out of it? Bro, everybody in America, all of these people in America is fucking up a bag. They running up a bag, nigga. Real estate contracting, deals where, oh man, tax incentives and shit like that. Man, look, bro, I'm trying to tell you that it's so much money. It's trillions of dollars that is flowing in and out and throughout this country, all everywhere. It's money everywhere. Money in street paving, money in construction, money in infrastructure deals, money in this, money is that. You just not smart enough to really see it and be able to tap into it. The whole fucking thing is fraud. The whole thing is fraud. Everything. And how do they cover it up? By keeping you distracted with the dumb shit. Keeping you distracted in the dumb shit. Do you know how you get stuff done? Want to know how you can get stuff done? How you can get stuff pushed through? Want to know how you can get your permit approved? You got to spend some money. Do you know why politicians are so successful at fundraising? You think that they go in these meetings and they saying, listen, we care about the people and we want to actually execute on the thing that's best for the people. Nigga, they trying to see, nigga, they selling favors. Without selling favors, if you know, you know. You don't fucking donate millions and billions of dollars to a person just because you believe in a cause. When did we ever do that? Niggas be stingy on giving a chick $40 just to own some head. That ain't what you do. That's not the American way. Hey man, I'm gonna give you millions of dollars. I'm gonna donate to your campaign because I just believe in you as a candidate. What? Oh, man, this lady is a fall guy. This lady is a fall guy. You don't get it. You don't get it.
I wish I could go back and do things differently, stop things, catch things. At that point in time, I believed we were doing everything in our power.
About the Epstein files. Let me tell you how dumb the American people are. They sitting here whining and saying, release the Epstein files, release the Epstein files, release the Epstein files. Nigga, anything that was going to be tied to anybody died with him. Anything that could ever come out of anybody died with him. Nigga, the loose ends was tied way before we ever start talking about a fucking Epstein file. Bill Clinton will be dead before y'all ever get anything out of him. A fucking file? You're dumb enough to believe that your stupid ass that's sitting over in Indianapolis, Indiana, in your mama's basement, that you're going to ever get anything that's going to really incriminate anybody. Man, that man was gone. He was gone before he hit prison. You think that they're going to throw themselves under the bus for your vote? You dumb motherfucker. Release the files. Release the files. Release the files. Man, if you don't go and sit your punk ass out down somewhere and do something. You don't think Congress is involved? You don't think they got friends? You don't think that their constituents is like, hey, man, what you got going on over there? Want to make it to the midterms? You think the Democrats wanted it released? Then how come they didn't do this when Biden was in office? It's all a charade. It's all a charade.
To protect the program.
But in 2021, Bach sued the state agency that oversaw the meal program, alleging its scrutiny of Somali applicants was, quote, discriminatory.
How do you think state officials...
Listen, y'all right. I'm not even sure that this nigga's dead, to be honest with you. Where the body at? Where the body at? Show me where the grave is. Dig that nigga up. I want to see it. I want to see the dental work. Man, I'm not even sure that he dead. I'm being so serious. I don't even believe that he is gone. I don't believe he gone. I think he might be chilling on the island. He might still be there. Where? You can't tell me that this guy is gone. I don't believe it. But we'll stay distracted. Hey, send them protesters over there. Send them protesters over there. Send them protesters over there.
He labeled as being racist.
Minnesota officials told a state watchdog the threat of legal consequences and negative media attention intimidated them into easing off.
The notion that a state government is paralyzed and has to allow this level of fraud because they were afraid of what I might do in a lawsuit is preposterous.
Humbly welcome Amy Bach.
In Minnesota's large Somali community, one leader called her a modern-day Robin Hood.
The community deserves this. The children need this.
In 2019, the nonprofit submitted $3 million worth of meal claims. 2 years later, it submitted nearly $200 million.
All of a sudden, you're cutting $200 million worth of checks. How do you not see that as major red flags and keep this going?
We relied on the state. We told the state, this site is going to operate at this address, this day, this time, and this number of children.
Man, so many people getting money. So many people busting down a check. Everybody getting money. Everybody getting money.
The state would then tell us that's approved.
Prosecutors also accused Bach of collecting bribes and kickbacks from meal site operators. At trial, they revealed text messages where she compared feeding her future to the mob.
Are you a mob boss?
Absolutely not. No.
Were you personally benefiting from any of it?
I collected my salary, and that was all that was collected.
Didn't federal agents find gold jewelry, cash in your closet?
They found minimal jewelry. I believe it was like 2 pair of earrings, a bracelet, a watch. There was some cash there.
At trial, Bach took the stand, but the jury didn't buy her story. Within hours, they convicted her on all counts. Last month, a judge ordered her to forfeit more than $5 million in proceeds from the fraud.
How do you get 5 M's from feeding our future? Listen, at least she held it down and she not snitching. She realer than a lot of these other people that's out here. At least she ain't throw nobody under the bus and convict nobody else. She holding it down. She'll be all right when she get out of jail. She'll be all right. She'll be able to get that money. They got the stash, got the retirement package, got the golden parachute waiting for her. She'll be good. Long as she keeps.
Minnesota officials are defending their actions, pointing to the fact that there were employees in state government that were the ones that actually told the FBI to go investigate Feeding Our Future. So far, 78 defendants connected just to the Feeding Our Future scandal. Remember, there are several social services under investigation, but 78 connected to Feeding Our Future have been charged, more than 60 pleading guilty or convicted at trial. Bach is awaiting sentencing, and Vlad and Kelly, she faces now decades in prison.
So, Jonah, one of the questions I had for you.
Be able to get pardoned on good behavior. You got to wait till another president get in there, and then we'll see what we can do for you, baby girl. But just stay loyal, stay down, stay focused. Don't tell on nobody. You'll be good.
And as I said to you on CBS Mornings, this is an incredible interview that you've given us, and you've been covering the story pretty much since it first broke. And so the question is, are these prosecutions done? I mean, you've got the alleged mastermind behind bars, and yet the administration, the Trump administration, is still going after the city of Minneapolis, going after the governor, going after the mayor, because of these alleged cases of embezzlement and fraud. What's left to be done? In other words, what is left to be prosecuted if you've got the mastermind already behind bars?
Mastermind.
Well, it's a great question, Vlad. And
Mastermind
certainly
is usually
before
the
this
people that's
latest
actually issuing the checks. Those are the masterminds. The masterminds are not the people that's over there distributing and running the program. They just the person that's the face of it. The mastermind you'll never see. You'll never see the mastermind. They're over in Monaco somewhere in the F1 race with a Bugatti on their yacht.
Metro surge, and before that had become the headline, just before this, they had announced 5 or 6 new indictments in some of the other schemes. So there was a social service to provide people or to help them with housing for addiction services. There was also a scheme about behavioral health and autism. Those were all currently being investigated, and those the number of people indicted there are still kind of in the single digits. And here in Feeding Our Future, that's just one social service program. There are 14 social service programs, high risk, they say, for fraud, that are currently under investigation.
If you put people in the proximity of money, they're going to steal. If you put people in the proximity of money, they're going to steal. Real talk. Autism diagnosis centers are definitely running up a bag. Facts. 100%. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Chris Kinsey says, oh, yeah, I seen that. Yeah. I got you. Oatmeal says, I just joined the Patreon. Super excited to start growing. Which video should I start with, and where do I begin? Let's go straight down. Well, it depends on what you're looking for. I would say that you should probably start at Stock Club, the latest Stock Club video. You actually put it in the chat and search, or put it on the Patreon and search. I got a new live stream coming tomorrow. We live streaming tomorrow on the Patreon. Emmanuel Martin says, just follow my LLC and my EIN, Lunch and Learn. Shout out to you. You can do all of that online. You don't have to go nowhere to do that. You can do that all in the same day. Classic Man Wiz says, I don't know if anyone mentioned this, but the FBI arrested 3 people connected to the protests inside of the church in Minnesota. Yeah, I seen that. No Nonsense for Life. Rocky Cage says, what up, AD? I've been busy doing a lot of bag chasing myself after seeing an altercation. At least you didn't get defensive like he did over the same metaphor. Salute, fam. Nah, I don't go after people's families. That's not my play. MG Russell says, food for thought, chaser chess tournament. Y'all want to take an L like that? You want to take an L? What y'all want to do? You want to do blitz? What do y'all want to do? You don't want that L. Listen. I know a lot of y'all think you know what the game is, but you don't understand the game. You don't want that L. You don't want that L. You don't want that, L. Don't ask for something you're not ready for. Anthony Brown says charter schools was the biggest scam. Yeah, I don't know nothing about charter schools. OG Strong says Seattle and New York are next for fraud and scams. If everybody was oh yeah, I play in real life. Oh no, I play in real life. Like in real life. Not on the internet. I play in real life. Like rated. You bet 1,000? Come with it. I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet. Don't bet shit that you can't stand on. L Thought says, AD, how do you feel about Corey and that female? I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it. I don't know anything about it. I'm being honest with you. I haven't seen it. I can't speak on something that I haven't seen. Next meetup, you'll bring the board. Don't I have a board here? I got a board here. Let's see. I might have gave it to my daughter. You ain't got one of these? If you don't have one of these, I don't want to hear. I don't want them little. See, y'all got the pretend boards. You got the pretend board. You got the type of board that, like, if you ain't got no clock, this is a real board. All right. I don't do that. Oh man, my grandmama bought me a plastic of whatever board for Christmas. This is a real board right here. All right. If you don't have one of these, don't talk to me, bro. This is a real board. All right. If you don't have one of these, don't talk to me. Yeah, I got a clock too. Gotta have a clock too. Are you going to the Pistons games tonight? I don't know about that. Let me see. Look at my season tickets. Got to go into the app, Pistons app. My Pistons tickets. So they play Houston tonight. Oh, Knicks. Oh, Spurs. Might go to the Spurs game. See this? VIP FF. I don't want y'all to understand. VIP FF. It's a little shaky. What other games are we going to go to? OKC. I might hit that one. I don't know about Cleveland, Brooklyn, 76ers, Grizzlies. Oh, definitely going to the Golden State one. Definitely going to the Lakers. That's in March, though. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I got a live stream tonight. I don't know if I'm going to the game. Hey, do you do hockey? I like going to the hockey games. It's some of the best games. The best games to go to, let me tell y'all something. We're going to get into the next part of the show. The best games to go to is, let me tell you the best sporting events to go to. The best sporting events to go to. Number one is soccer. If you've never been to a soccer event, shout out to Detroit FC. A soccer game is the best sporting event you can go to. There is no better sporting event than going to a soccer game. I've been to a lot of boxing matches. Soccer is the most raucous, funnest, non-pretentious. Nobody cares where you sit. It's the best sporting event that you can go to. So at the number one at the top is soccer. Number two, hockey. They don't give a fuck. They have fun. They be drunk. It be fights. It's energy. Hockey is a second thing, is a second best one. The third best one is, and this is dependent on your preference, it's actually kind of a tie, is going to for me, it's a basketball game because I just love hooping, or a college football game. College football is the shit. If you can go to the big house, U of M, or if you can go to a rivalry game or something like that, people have it out. They get to it. Now, for those of y'all that want to go on a date, the best place to go on a date is to go to a baseball game in the spring or the summertime. Baseball in the spring or the summer is cheap as fuck. You can walk around the park. Nobody really cares about the game like that. It's just the vibe. You're getting outside. A lot of times you can go in the daytime. They got 1 p.m. games. They got 6 p.m. games. They got all of that, right? NFL football games are dope too if you don't have to go outside. Sporting events is one of the most underrated spaces to really be able to have a good time. Yep, you can go to a baseball game for $14, $20, 100%. Yep, soccer games are cheap too. Yep. I'm not gonna give y'all all of my ideas. Mamdani, I think that he announced his new housing project. You know, when I hear project, I think projects. I think the projects.
A first of its kind housing initiative that promises to transform the lives of those that it serves.
Is this a little low?
But I don't need to tell anyone.
Oh, JD Vance is on?
America, this is not a new question. Every civilization has been forced to answer it. You march today, we march today, because you have an answer to this question about what kind of civilization we are and about what kind of civilization we're going to become in the future. I read an article some time ago. It was about classic archaeology, of all things. And one particular piece of information has haunted me. That one of the telltale signs of an ancient brothel in the pagan world was that you'd always find a large number of baby skeletons nearby. A lot of baby skeletons. And those bones predominantly belong to boys. Because unlike little girls, those boys would be of no use to the future adults who are running those brothels. Now, this is shocking to us.
All right, we'll get there. We'll get there, big dog. Give me a second. Let's see what's going on.
Now to a CBS News exclusive.
And thank you to the elected officials who made today possible in the months and years prior to this moment of those that it serves. But I don't need to tell anyone that this day was far from promised. We stand here only because of the hard work of so many whose names I have shared as well as those that I have not. Advocates and activists in the Bronx and as well as across this city. Only because of the untiring work done by so many in the council who believed that this project could be won despite the opposition, and only because of New Yorkers' refusal to abandon the most vulnerable among us, and only also because...
Yeah. You know what? I don't want to talk about this. I want to get into this. Have y'all seen this? Hold on. Y'all see Give Us Free?
Can I have my set of keys, please? What? So that I can have access to the property? This is still legally my residence, and my kids are here, so I do need a set of keys to access my residence.
All right, so they saying that Give Us Free. Audio has been released to TMZ from Give Us Free from his baby mama, or as a result of him arguing with his baby mama. So first and foremost, all right, because it's Friday, so we want to get into the messy shit. All right, Give Us Free. Apparently he got into an argument with his chick. Now I'm gonna rewind it, and I want y'all to pay attention. All right, y'all don't know what Give Us Free is? This is Give Us Free.
You, perhaps. What?
Give us free. Give us free. Give us free.
That's why I say this is Give Us Free. And the reason that I say the reason why y'all didn't know why I said that, why I call him Give Us Free. So wait a minute. Y'all didn't know that? Tails, y'all didn't know that? This is Amistad. Y'all ain't never seen Amistad before? Give us free. Give us free. Free. Then they be spitting. Give us free. Free. Give us free. And then the white people look at him and say, they can talk and know our language?
Your Honor, please instruct the defendant that he cannot disrupt these proceedings with such out.
Give us free.
If we are to have any semblance of order in this court, Your Honor.
Give us free. Give us free.
Keep crying out, give us free, or anything else.
Give us free.
That's why I call him Give Us Free. All right. So back to what we were talking about. Give Us Free is now free. Give Us Free is free. All right. And when he got free, what we realize is that they just like every other man on the face of this earth. Baby mama drama, dealing with chicks that's uncooperative. If Give Us Free can't even get a chick to cooperate, What chance do you have? What chance do you have? If Give Us Free don't have a chance and he dealing with baby mama drama, nigga, he free now. What chance do you have? What chance do you have? All right, now he was apparently with Kimora Lee Simmons. So I'm gonna rewind this. I want y'all to listen, y'all. Y'all not listening. Y'all not hearing this.
Keys, please. What? So that I can have access to the property. No, you don't have any. This is still legally my residence, and my kids are here.
So, whenever you hear a woman say something so audibly clear and so intentionally aligned with the law, she's recording you. Whenever you hear a woman that says anything like, well, this is still legally my residence, she's trying to record you, and she wants to make sure that she's speaking clearly for the audio so that she can ultimately throw you under the bus. Y'all got to start listening to the context clues. If a woman is talking regular, oh, that's just my little bitch over there. That's just my little hoe over there. That's just my little chick over there. Oh, man, my baby mama, whatever, so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's she being regular. You know how she talk. You know how your girl talk. You know how she is. Even y'all with baby mamas. Even y'all with baby mamas. You know when you go over there, you can still pull on her leg. Come here, baby. Hey, I still miss you. You can still run game on her. Where the kids at? You know I still love you, right? Start touching on her leg a little bit. She going. They always go. They always go. That's why I keep telling you guys, stop getting involved with chicks who have a great relationship with her baby daddy, because he's still busting it down for a real one. You can never tell whether or not that's his chick. You taking care of his kid, he taking care of his kid, everybody taking care of the kid, but she for both of y'all. All right? When she start acting like this, nigga, she the ops. You know this is still legally my residence for my kids. Yep.
I do need a set of keys to access my residence.
My residence. Listen to the context clues.
Jaimin? Hello?
Now, you know you don't usually call me Jaimin. You know you don't call me Jaimin, but you wanted to establish that you're clearly talking to me. And so that's why you called my name like that. Jaimin? You know you call me honey. You know you call me baby. You know you call me daddy. You usually call me by my nickname, Give Us Free, whatever it is that you call him. Y'all all got nicknames. All of a sudden you want to say my whole name? You don't say my government? Jaimin? He should have automatically just shut down, shut up, and stop talking. When you say my full name, I ain't got nothing else to say because now I know that you're recording.
I'm having to leave now and I won't be here later. So if you don't mind, I would need the keys. Do you give me the keys so I can access the property where I live and my kids are? There's a process. I don't have a problem moving, but you cannot lock me out of a home in which I live.
You cannot lock me out of a home in which I live. Bro, if this is not the most clear indication that this chick is recording you, I would just automatically assume that she got a wire. Oh, you working for the feds.
Okay, so that's how but you just said in the text that you're changing, so how am I gonna be able to access it? So how am I gonna be able to access? But I'm asking you for the keys to a property in which I live at and my kids are in. So I'd like the keys to the property, please, so that I can still live here and sleep here. There's a legal process in which you have to go through. So until that process happens, you cannot deny me legally. You cannot deny me access to the property in which I'm legally still a resident at, Jaimin. Do you know that?
All cop talk. This is all cop talk right here. This is all cop talk. The king is getting taken down, and she always wanted to make sure that the king. Oh, that's not him. Hold on. Let me get him. I got the wrong one. Give me a second. Wrong piece. Wrong piece. Give me a second. This is Jaimin that we talking about right here. I got the wrong piece. This is him. This is Jaimin. All right. The king is being taken down. And she has a wire on her. Jaimin, don't let her take you down, bro. Stand on your pivot. Stand on your square. All right? Don't let her take you down, big dog.
I don't, because I'm leaving, and you just told me this morning that you're changing the access. Okay, and I will not be back this week. So that's what I'm saying. I will need to be able to access my residence when I come back. So let me tell you, let me just let you know what that's going to look like, because I don't want to embarrass the family. I don't want to embarrass the property with our neighbors. I'm going to come back. I'm not going to have access to the property. I will have to call the police. The police will ask me to prove that I'm a resident here. They will require you to give me access to the premises, and they'll tell you the due process. But I don't want to bring the police to the property. It's not a good look, and we don't need to do it. Okay, so go ahead, and if you would please give me my keys back to the resident. Listen to what I'm saying, Jaimin. I am leaving now. I'm leaving in about an hour. I will not be back for some time. So if you could give me the keys now so that we can handle this the right way.
You are one bitter.
I'm not bitter, and we're not divorced. We were never married. I'm not bitter.
The way you've been treating and disrespecting me.
We're not divorced. We're not divorced. We were never married. Can I please have the keys to my residence? Can I please have the keys to my residence? It's not an issue. There's no issue between us.
I don't see anything that he's saying that's out of pocket. I'm being honest with you. If I've just got to be real and then I keep it 100%, I don't see any other. I mean, you can dispute and say whether he's right or wrong with the residents, but none of us know where they were at in the legal process of whether whether she was able to stay there or not. As far as how he's speaking, and they trying to make it seem like up to this point, I'm about to play the rest of the video. As far as how he's speaking, he's not saying anything crazy. He's not saying I'm gonna beat your ass or shut the fuck up, bitch, or anything like that. He's just saying, listen, you a bitter chick and you getting on my nerves now. So what's so bad about this? I'm still trying to understand it.
There's no issue. You still have access to the garage.
Listen to what I'm saying, and you're changing the garage access. I'm not going to be here this week. Can I please have my keys? And
he already got access. He ain't changing no man. Listen. This nigga being set up. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. He said there's no issue. You got access. What's the problem? And so she's recording him trying to bait him. She is recording him. Listen to the play. She's recording him and she's trying to bait him to crash out so that she can embarrass him, and she's looking to create a problem. This is all a play, and hopefully he don't fall for the bait.
You can move on. So can I please have the keys?
Most of the people
listen to what I'm saying, Jaimin.
Most of the people that I know go in their house through the garage anyway.
I'm leaving this week, and I'm not going to be coming back for at least a few weeks. So I need my keys to the residence in which I live at.
You're not falling for the bait.
I don't want to have to bring the.
I'm gonna put this on after hours tonight. I'm gonna put it in the notes so we can talk about it on after hours tonight. He not falling for the bait right now.
Police here. That's going to be embarrassing.
I want to get the
It's not
panel's.
necessary
I
that
want
we
to get the
even do
panel's
that.
Opinion on this.
Huh?
I'll
leave your keys on the table.
But
okay?
I'm leaving.
Get the hell out of my
I'm leaving
way.
in the next hour.
Okay, so you got what you wanted. You can access the property, and he's gonna leave the keys on the table. So why are you still bothering this guy?
Yes, the phone will come on.
And I will, but I need the keys to my residence now before I leave.
Residence. You have to move.
This is my residence. I've been living here for 4 years. This is my residence. I've been living here for 4 years. If you would please give me the keys before you leave, so that I don't have to encumbrance you later on, and I don't have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is all ops. This is all ops. You know that she's recording, that she got the secret recorder in her purse, that she's talking with the purse right here by her mouth, so that I don't have to encumbrance you. So that I don't have to encumbrance you. Who says that to a person that they're talking to in regular life with no cameras around? Who says so that I don't encumbrance you? Get the hell out of here, bro. This ain't the biggest setup.
I have to embarrass the house.
Wearing my clothes and all that. You have some nerve.
Simon, I don't want to bring the police back here later. That's embarrassing.
I'll leave your keys to the table. Get the out of my
Can you
face.
please give me the keys now? I'm not going to be here for them later. That's what I'm telling you.
I will leave you.
Listen
You
to what I'm
you
listen
leave
to what I'm
me.
saying.
I heard
I'm
what
not
you
going to be here. Okay, well, I need the keys to the residence. I cannot leave. My kids are here.
And guess what? Guess what the interesting part about this whole situation is? You know what the interesting thing about this is? Is that there's going to be, somebody said, 80, you the only one in America with a good example of a marriage. They want to tear that down, but we not having it. But you know what? You know what the funniest part about this whole situation is that there's going to be another man that looks at her and say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Girl, I can't believe that he treated you that way. And the women that's going to get by her side and say, girl, he is emotionally unavailable and he is emotionally abusive to you. Look at the way that he talking to you. That is what they're going to say. That is what they're going to say. And it's always going to be another man that comes in and said, baby, 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 please. Baby, 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 because I love you and I'm going to take care of you and I want you and I'm going to take care of, give us for these kids and I'm going to be a better father than he ever could be. It's always going to be another nigga. It's always going to be a simp. It's always going to be a sucker. It's always going to be all of that. All of that. Oh, she was only like that with you because baby, 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 please, please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. That's how they gonna be. That's how they gonna be in your ear. Baby, baby, please don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Oh my God. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. There's always going to be another simp that is available to pick up the pieces and make sure that they're going to take care of give us for these kids. I'm telling you, it's always going to be another one. Oh, y'all didn't know I have pipes? I do everything good. I'm good at everything. I'm good at everything. You ain't know I had pipes? Oh, you didn't know that shit, huh? All right, you're going to find out. I got all kind of talent. I got all kind of talent. Oh, you didn't know, huh? You didn't know. You're going to find out today. I'm good at everything. I'm good at everything. Multi-talented. You know what I'm saying, Lex? I can hold a note or two. I can figure it out. Talent show coming to you soon. Oh, I love life so much. Life is so good. God is the greatest. Oh, man. God is the greatest. Sapphire C10. Yo, AD, I'm not getting the notifications for the stock club, but bro, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow evening. Stock club tomorrow evening. Tomorrow, you might not even be on a tier, bro. Are you on a tier? Make sure you get on a tier. I just dropped the video 2 days ago. Shout out to Marlo Reed. What up to Marlo Reed? I appreciate you, Marlo. Thank you, bro, for supporting the platform. It is appreciated. Thank you, bro. Seriously. What's up, Coop?
Good afternoon.
What's up, baby girl? How you feel?
Oh, good. I'm super happy we're able to have this all come together.
So what's going on?
They're able to move in February 1st.
Nice.
Yes, and that's perfect. That's exactly what you wanted.
Yep. You're the greatest.
So I'm typing up the lease right now. I'm putting all the dates in, names, numbers, making sure everything's there. And of course, when I meet everyone on February 1st, just let me know if you can meet at 1 or 2 and I'll confirm with them.
I actually can get them the keys earlier because, I guess it's nothing prohibiting.
I told them that too. They wanted to finalize a few things before they moved in.
Facts. That's cool.
So I'm like, hey, they're like, we don't want to lose it. We'll do a deposit. I'm like, you know what? Let's just wait. Let's meet February 1st. I'm like, let's not even go with all this back and forth. She's like, okay, let's just do that then.
Yeah.
So I think that's just perfect. You can go through the house, finalize anything, look at that countertop in the kitchen real quick or have someone of your guys do it.
Yep.
It's just, it gives us time, gives them time.
That's
we
cool.
meet February 1st. We sign the lease. Once I get the lease, I'll make a copy and send it to all parties. No big deal.
Cool.
Yeah.
When did you said you wanted to meet me when?
So we're all going to meet. Sunday, February 1st. You're gonna bring the keys.
Okay, I got you.
We're gonna have all parties.
Whoa. Hold on, Coop. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to be there. Give me a second.
I can always meet you ahead of time too.
Yeah, I might have to because I got some flights that I gotta take.
Well, let me know your schedule. I can meet you. You can give me the Remax check, the keys, and then we'll go over the paperwork together, and at least you can sign it.
Okay, cool.
And then,
I'm gonna have to meet you ahead of time.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. It still works out. So let me know when I can meet you. We'll meet ahead of time, and then I'll meet them February 1st and go over everything with them. That's not a problem.
All right, cool. I appreciate you, Coop.
Yeah, of course. I'm so excited to continue working with you. So yeah, we got to get together still.
Yep.
Go over some of the properties that I sent.
Yep.
Still see what else is out there.
Yep.
And figure out what you got going on with that other project you had mentioned before.
All right, I got you.
So yeah, definitely want to get in the nitty gritty with you and continue this.
All right, you're my girl.
Thanks, Anton. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for this.
All right, bye.
All right, talk soon. Bye.
Yes, just closed another deal. I love my life. I love my life. I have the greatest life ever. So, after Stock Club on Patreon, make sure the next live stream after that, it's going to be Block Club. All right. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to give y'all all of the details of the deal. I'm going to show y'all what it costs for me to build it. the final cost to build it, the final lease, as far as what they're paying per month. I'm gonna show you how I vet it for the tenants, how I pick my realtors. I'm gonna show you what new properties that we're working on, and I'm gonna also show y'all all the receipts of how I paid my contractor and everything. So I don't gatekeep. I don't use any bank financing. I don't do any loans. I don't do the Burr method. I don't pull money out of my properties. I make sure that I keep everything within the family. All right, everything is in the family. Everything is connected. All right, so we don't sell assets. We don't pay interest to banks. We don't do none of that shit. All of our stuff is in-house, and I teach all of this stuff inside of the Patreon. So all of these fake gurus, all of these fake people that keep on trying to tell y'all this, do that. It's much better ways, much easier ways, much more effective ways for you to build wealth for your families, so that ultimately real generational wealth is allowing for your kids to never, ever have to go through the same things that we went through when we grew up. All right. So if y'all not a part of the Patreon, I do talk about it in Block Club. I give you all the receipts. I go through all of the ways in which I'm able to secure properties. But if y'all not a part of the Patreon, you need to tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. All right. Let me go through more and see what's happening out here. You know, the hat's about to sell out, right? Slimmy. So me and Slimmy are working on this. So let me tell you one of the things that I like to do before we get into the next part of the show. One of the things that I also like to do is I want to live stream tomorrow. Because it's cold outside. We ain't got nothing better to do. Why not live stream tomorrow? One of the things that I do is, and Slimmy will tell you, I think Slimmy is in the chat right now, right? Slim is in the chat right now. Slimmy will tell you, since the beginning of time, I told Slim, and it's so funny because people kept saying, oh, Slimmy is going to lead the show. Nigga, me and Slim been rocking with each other for years, way before all of this shit. Slimmy will tell you, one of the reasons why I have not dropped the hats yet or anything is because I have to make sure that Slim is a part of the deal. What I do as a friend, what I do as a boss, what I do as an entrepreneur is I always cut my people in. I always look to see where they can, operate in success. I always want to make sure that they also are a part of the business, that they, get a percentage of everything that we do, right? So Slimmy is the person that me and Slimmy and somebody else are actually working on this together. I could have did it on my own. I could have did it by myself, but I want to include my bag chasers. So I got a bag chaser that does these hats. They are the best. This bag chaser that does his hat is one of the people who I invested in a business. I used to do pitch a business inside of the Patreon, and I would give grant money to people. It wouldn't be like I'm owning your business. I would give grant money to people in order to fund their businesses, right? And so one of the people who I funded their business, or I didn't fund their business entirely, but I gave him a grant money in order to ensure that he can get his business off. He came back and he was like, yo, Ty, he came back and he said, yo, Ty, I got these hats. Look at this. It's dope. Also, this is just to show appreciation. I just started wearing the hats naturally because I'm like, yo, this is dope. We gave him away free at the meetup, and everybody loved them, and everybody kept asking me about them. So then Slim hit me up and he said, yo, no. He was like, yo, we got these hats or whatever. And Slim was like, bro, everybody want these hats. What we gonna do? Because Slim was ensuring that everybody got a hat at the meetup. And I said, well, listen, I broke down the business side of it because I wanted to teach Slim everything that I look at from a business perspective, right? And again, I've been rocking with Slim way before the internet. So Slim was like, well, listen, man, I don't want nothing. I don't want this, whatever. I just want to continue to add value. So I told Slim, I said, listen, bro, I'm not doing this without you. This is the honest to God truth. I'm going to tell you how me and my friends work. I said, Slim, I'm not doing this without you, bro. So let's figure out the numbers. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I want you to oversee this part of the business. And everything that we do from a merch perspective, I want you to be on top of that. And this is how we're going to break it down. And this is we're going to do your percentage. We're going to make sure you good. And you got to eat off this, bro. So what I'm trying to tell y'all right now is If you not working to make sure that your friends are just as successful as you, if you a selfish motherfucker to where you only give them a drip, or you only do this, or you only do that, or you only want to make sure. A lot of y'all kept asking me, Anton, how come the hats ain't on sale? How come the hats ain't dropped yet? How come the hats ain't dropped yet? It's because I got to make sure that the business is right with my guys. I got to make sure that my people eat. Everything I do is going to be bag chasers. The people that I work with, the people that I do business with, the people that build my websites, the people that do my editing, all money is going to be in with my people. Everything I get, the first thing that I do is I chop it up and I make sure that everybody get theirs. Every time I get a check, I bust it down with the family. I never keep the checks for myself. I never keep the checks for myself. So I had to slow the process down. That's what y'all didn't know. So that I can make sure that anything that come in, we all splitting it up. We not, ain't no one man above a crew. Ain't no one man above a crew. So let me tell you, he told me to put my business hat on. I told Slim, I said, listen, I know you love me as a friend, but I want you to take your friendship hat off. This is word for word. I said, I want you to take your friendship hat off and look at this from a business perspective. This is how I want you to look at it. This is how we going to play it. And this is what's going on. And he said, you sure? I said, yes, bro. Real talk. And if it can't make it, if it can't work to where we all figure it out, then we not going to do it. We're not going to do it. That's how I move. That's how I move with my people. So, you know, for those of y'all that want to be leaders, whether you're a leader in your household, whether you're a leader in your businesses, whether you're a leader amongst your friend group, or they look at you as a person that is going to be the front runner or the person that's the flag bearer, you got to make sure that your people is taken care of. Don't use your people as far as using them up and not making sure that they benefit. Teach your people. Give them the game. Bring them into your businesses. Give them the leg up. Give them the alley-oop. Any opportunity that you have, make sure you tap into your people first. Go and talk to your people and ensure that they get everything that they're supposed to get, bro. That's how you look at your business. Listen, if I can give everybody a check, I would, honestly. If I can give everybody I know a check, I would. Honest to God. I don't give a fuck about money like that. I know I say bag chaser because that's what we represent, but really bag chasing is making sure that you chase the best version of yourself so that you can add value into the group. Because if only one person is benefiting, then everybody is, then we not winning. If only one person benefit, then we don't win. And I'd rather be a regular nigga with great friends and great people around me than a rich dude by myself. I'd rather be a regular person with great friends around me than a rich person by myself. If we not all eating, I don't want to do it. I'm keeping it 100 with you. So, and that's why we don't break up. That's why we can argue and get into it with each other. And then tomorrow we be like, man, you know what, man, I'm tripping, bro. That's why we stick together regardless of how much we get into it with each other. That's why we can argue online like family, and then the next weekend we be like, you know what, man, we gonna figure it out, bro. Because we don't trip. We brothers, we gonna fight. We friends, we gonna fight. We got issues, we gonna fight. But guess what we do? We always got each other back, and we always gonna make sure that people are gonna be taken care of. And for those of y'all that keep on betting, I remember there was betting on the Room 9 channel. This is gonna be the first person to lead. This was ain't nobody going nowhere. Everybody taken care of. Everybody good. Everybody good. So if you rolling with me, and if you are part of the crew, you already know. Ain't no one man but a crew. We might have this person playing this particular role, or this person may be the face, or this person may be the one that go and get it or whatever, but we bring it back to the family and we bust it down as a family. We bust it down as a family. We don't switch up on each other. We hold each other down. Never personal. Lex will tell you. Lex just got one of the biggest opportunities of her life. Listen. People don't even understand. Lex just got the biggest opportunity of her life. She just got the biggest bag. And I'll never say it. I'm not going to say it online. But I was just talking to Lex yesterday. Lex said, man, I got the biggest check coming ever. And everybody around me eat. Everybody around me get to it. Lex just got one of the biggest bags ever. I was so happy for her. I was so excited for her. Because she family. I was so happy for my homegirl, for my sister. I was so excited for her. I was excited for her. She winning. She winning. She winning at the highest level. Don't worry about her. Don't worry about my people. They good. Let the Dusties do what the Dusties do. That's a part of the game. Let the Dusties do what the Dusties do. That's a part of the game. If y'all want to tap in with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I can't tell y'all the details of how my people getting money. All you need to know is that they good. Everybody eat, B. And if you're not getting yours, if you're not getting yours, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. That's not a we problem. That's a you problem. So the hats is coming soon, Spaces. We got to do it right. We got to make sure that everything is on point. Everybody about to buy one of each color. They sick. They sick, bro. Pajami says, hello, Mr. Daniels. I just wanted to say that I very much respect the work that you do. You remind me of my late brother in the E, that you keep it real and you won't sugarcoat shit that's going on. Big respect to you. Thank you, Pajamis. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, my friend. Wesley Turner says she's talking like she's wearing a wire. She was wearing a wire. Arsbeck says, purple man, white woman, bad combination. Fabian, thank you for the 50 ball, Fabian. Fabian says, Philosophical Radio is a fraud. I saw the podcast you joined talking about ways to improve the black culture, gave him examples of ways to improvement, and the dude went into his feelings. He all talk. He doesn't care about the culture. He just wants a bag. Well, listen. Fabian. I am going to evaluate people based off of my individual experience with them. I am going to give people a chance and see what was made of it. I am not going to judge him based off of his past, based off of our past, going back and forth. If he tells me that he's, about being progressive with me in particular, then I'm going to evaluate him based off of my own experience with him. Until people show me otherwise. If he doesn't show me anything otherwise, then we're going to play it by ear from there. But I'm not going to judge him based off of what I think he's going to do. I'm going to judge him based off of my future experiences going forward with him. That's how I'm going to evaluate it. If I had went by how other people felt about other people with some of my friendships, I wouldn't be friends with him today. And unless he shows me something otherwise, then that's how I'm going to roll with him. So I'm giving him a chance to rock out. We're going to rock out. We got to extend grace. We got to extend grace. Fabian says, lunch on me, boss. Thank you, Fabian. Boss chat hating lunch on me. Hey, Fabe, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Fabian. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for holding me down. DJ Kane says that boy Anton be singing. Not gonna lie, you should drop R&B. I ain't got time to do nothing. I love Fatty too. Congratulations on closing the deal. Keep up the good work. Says, will I? AR is back. Says that's hats took the meet up to a whole new level. Yeah, it surprised me. It was really dope. These is really great hats. Fabian says we need a You Gonna Lear Today hat. Here's the thing about what I do, right? The people that make these hats, I don't tell him what to do. He is such a good, dope designer, creator, and all of that. I let people do what they're great at. I don't intercede. I don't tell people what they should and shouldn't do. So he just send them, and I'm like, oh, that shit is sweet as hell. I'm not a micromanager. J. Cole said it best, what's the point of the first class if my ends can't sit? Facts. Fabian says we're going to eat like Somalia and Minnesota tax money. AD, what's the next untapped market to invest in? We're going to talk about it on Stock Club tomorrow. George says, I'll never take a Dusty seriously. They're operating in pure survival mode, saying whatever they need to just to stay afloat. Lyric the Gamer says, what up, AD and the Bag Chasers? When will a seat at the table open up? I'm ready to get this coaching call. I have a goal to reach 200K by the end of 2026. We're going to talk about it in the Patreon. Kiwi says, I need my Bag Chasers hats in pink, please and thank you. Mr. Joe says, for the collection plate, shout out to Mr. Joe. Carmaya, what up? Carmaya says, what up, Anton? I made sure I joined the Bag Chasers today. Hubby reminded me last night. I'm ready for my transformation year. Thanks for everything, bro. Shout out to Carmaya. I love you, baby. All right, so listen. I'm planning on live streaming this weekend, probably tomorrow, but we definitely doing like tomorrow morning on the Millionaire Morning Show. So we'll kick it for a little bit. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Room 9 after hours tonight. Let's get it. I love y'all.